Hello, little DeAndre, Enrique, and Jack. Welcome in. Welcome in. Music's a little loud. You're lagging? Well, that sounds like a you problem, Enrique. That sounds like a you problem. That sounds like it's you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Normal day, normal thing. Thank you, Connor. I appreciate it. I made it myself. Damn it. I made it myself. Shit. There we go. Works now. Alright, I'm the first person you're happy today because the first commenter on this... Nice. Actually, little DeAndre and Enrique were a bit before you, but hi. Jonathan, fuckers! Just here to trying to get banned by people, huh? Too bad it's an 18+ stream and I'm happy saying fuckers. Fuck this shit of an internet. I know, right? Internet can go eat a chode. I don't know. Can it? Fuck you. I don't know what you mean by that Charlotte guy per person. There you go, working again because it was being stupid. Yeah. Fuck. Oh. Nice. Okay. And your point is? Correct. What are you, like, 12? Okay, Jackson. Sure. Jack. I don't know, man. No? Why are you being cringe? Younger? Oh, you're younger than 12? Got it. Then you're gone forever. Got it. Goodbye. How do I do that without showing my face? Well, I mean, this is my face. Do you not like my face? It's my genuine face. What do you mean? How could this not be my face? We hardly knew you, Charlie. No, it's real. Cartoons are real. And I'm one of the real ones. We're just an endangered species. Yeah. If you weren't aware. Take a biology class. Take a biology class. What cartoons are real? Some of them, not all of them. The real ones are real. You have to do your research. Save the merpins. I'm an endangered species. Yeah. There's only one of me left. There's only one left. It's unfortunate. Fortunately, my species lives for a really long time. Next, in May, this coming May, you hate biology. That's unfortunate. In May, I'm turning 10,000 years old. If you're wondering, I think I have my math right. I think I do. You kind of lose track of time after like the first 200 years, but I've been keeping a good track record. I think. I'm pretty sure. Is anime cartoon? Yes, kind of. Let's. I can't. No. No mpreg. We've tried repopulating the Earth with other species, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. We just end up with like amalgamations that are horrific and disturbing. They would ruin your mind. Let's get the game open. We were supposed to no, exactly. We were supposed to do some Chrono Story, not Chrono Story. We were supposed to do some Deltarune today, I think, with Bunny, if I'm remembering correctly. I might have misremembered because she hasn't gotten back to me. So maybe not. Maybe it'll be later. Maybe it won't be today. Maybe it'll be like tomorrow or something. I don't know. I'm gonna get the game open though. I'm gonna get the game open. We got our Buccaneer to level 120 yesterday, and I could keep leveling him up, get him to 125 as is the plan, or I can take a little break from the Buccaneer and play on my Ice Lightning Mage, which is what I'm going to do. Unless Bunny shows up with all my fellas, in which case we're gonna immediately switch to Deltarune. But right now, it's gonna be Chrono Story. Yeah. Chrono Satori. Satori Iwata. You know, any shit I play, you just want to watch. I understand. You love math instead? That took a while. That was a long time before your next statement. Are you like 10? Out of curiosity, so I can send you to the Shadow Realm if you are. But yeah. Forewarning, Shadow Realm. I warneth you. Shadow Realm. Game. There it is. Bam. It's the wrong size. Let's fix that. Good enough. There we go. Put me there. You can't tell your age on YouTube? Well, that's very telling, actually. And unfortunate. My mommy says I can't show my age on the internet. Otherwise, I'll get a real talking to, I tell you what. As the kids would say. Merpella, love that name, I know, right? Marbles is 120. Let's get on our Ice Lightning Mage, level 71. So much little Timmy lately. I know, right? I have to send them all to the Shadow Realm. The Shadow Realm is where all the little Timmys go. Forever. I am not sorry. I am not sorry. Okay, burping. Nope. Marbles. I'll take that, I'll take that, I'll take that. The Adoption Center, yep. Do. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo. Should be good. Do, 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 do. Seven int, 13 int. 10 int, 9 int. 4 int, 4 magic attack, 4 luck, 5 int, 4, and then 2 luck. These are still good, whatever. Ba 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 ba. Dooba dooba boo boo boo. Do 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 do. Bam. Dooba 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 doo doo. Doo 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 doo. Making breakfast? Some breakfast burrito? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's get this off screen. I believe in you and your burrito. I believe in you and your burrito. Holy shit. I left my shit on my dude. I almost died. Fuck. There we go. Got it. Fuck. I almost fucking ate shit and died. Because I'm fucking stupid. Marbles, give me Kino, please. Thank you. Fuck. You drop your sausage and there's no more? Well, rinse it off then. Once you cook it, it'll no longer be gross. If it's a sausage and not like crumbled sausage. Ground. Of course, of course. Little bro. These guys have too many hit points. Aren't they weak to ice? Yes. The dude here wants a party invite? Why not? Wait a minute. He's... I'm gonna change channels. And leave party. He's too high level and I'm too low level. Yeah, I remember. It happens sometimes. It's not the first time that's happened either. There's a dude who keeps coming back who's been banned forever. And every once in a while I'll come back with a new account and try to pretend it's not him, even though he uses the same fucking name and shit. So I ban them immediately every time. I think there was one time where it wasn't him, but that person still got banned just for being unlucky. Just for being unlucky. Womp womp womp. Womp womp womp. Rip that person. I can't be sure though. It could have been that. It could have been that one guy. You never fucking know. I just want to be sure. This stream is fucking dead. You hate those people? I get it. This stream is dead right now. Holy shit. That's okay. That's okay. Wait, I will see. I hope. I know Kraz will probably pop in at some point. If Bunny shows up, the stream's gonna fucking pop off though, because we're gonna do Deltarune. And Deltarune streams are almost always popping off. And even if it's not popping off with people, it's always fun with Bunny and popping off just because we're doing fun stuff. But Chrono Story lately has been kind of low viewership, which makes sense because Chrono Story is kind of in a down period, where a few people are unhappy about certain changes. Changes aren't really being made at the moment because the one dev wants to, Bote wants to test some stuff with bossing as a means of getting EXP, and people aren't really happy about it because it's taking too long to even test it. It's not out yet. We can't test it yet, and so people are a little bit upset. Things like that. We'll see how it goes. It should be fine. I think in the long run it'll prove that Chrono Story is great. It's just a little upsetting. Like people will watch the early in the fucking morning, but it's okay. Well, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Bunny might still be in bed, to be fair, because she's 2 hours behind me. She's not West Coast, but she's like Texas. Tejas. You like my hat? Thanks. I made it myself. Why is it like that? Fuck that. Yo, Codester. Give me a skill point reset, please. That means you're on the West Coast. You're in California, probably. If I was to guess. If I was geese. Nine ice strike, please. Luna! Hello, Luna. How you doing? How you doing, Luna? Someone disliked the stream? Oh, well, whatever. I don't care. Good? Nice. Went back up? Okay. What a massive chud. Must have been a chud that disliked the stream, you know? My streams are awesome. So the only ones who dislike it are chuds. Did I leave my music too loud? Is that why? No, it's fine. I'll turn it down a little bit. Must have been a massive chud. It's just me, you, Luna, and me and you, Luna, and Enrique over here. It's just the three of us at the moment. The stream's a little slow right now. Stream's a little slow right now, and that's okay. It might pick up later. Just the three of us. Music. Why? Oh, this is my warning. Let's see if we can summon Charismatic Convoy with good shit. I don't think it's gonna happen, but still saying hello. Well, hello. Thanks for coming. Maybe playing the good shit will summon Charismatic Convoy. I don't know. I doubt it. It's like a 1.5 minute song. Your burrito's done? Excellent. I haven't had lunch yet. I had a little snack, but no lunch. I'm not hungry yet. If I get hungry, I'll take a break and go have lunch, and then I'll be back. Yeah. Chuds be in their mom's basements for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. How you doing today, Luna? How you doing today, Luna? You doing good? I hope so. I would assume so if you came in here and twerked in my chat the moment you got here. Unless that was the twerk of sadness. I hope it wasn't the twerk of sadness. Well, she's on Twitch, but hello, Melon. Welcome in. Welcome back. She might be gone. She might be lurking. I don't know. Love to see regular Melon back. Been a long time, Enrique, yeah. I don't remember when it was, but it was well before recent events. Months and months and months ago. I've only been streaming for 450 days in a row. So it could have been close to a year ago for sure. Could have been. You were gone for a while though, like a good 4 or 5 months you hadn't been here. But welcome back anyway. Always glad to have a regular face back. There's a lot of faces that were regulars back then and are no longer here very often, if at all. Sad. It's fine. It's fine. I stream too much. I stream at least every day, and then sometimes now I'm streaming multiple times in one day. Radix? Bunny sent me a message. She can stream later today, so. She can't join right now, but we'll be able to do Delta Room later. I'm seeing when she can join. Five to 6 bunny time. You know, shit about the Delta Room, that's okay. It's fun, we're just doing funny voices and stuff. Going through plot. We're getting into chapter 3. Looks like it's gonna be like yesterday's late stream. Probably start around 9 o'clock my time, if not 10 o'clock my time. Seems. Something like that. Doop 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 doop. Do 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 do. Boop, 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 boop. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Boop a da doop boop boo. Doop 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 boop boop boop. Luna's back. Twerking again. Hello, Loonster. How you doing today, by the way, Luna? How you doing today? I didn't get to ask you a minute ago. You're good? Hell yeah. Love to hear it. I assumed you were doing good, otherwise you wouldn't be twerking in my stream. You'd be coming in and saying something else, but I'm glad to hear you're doing at least okay. At the very least, okay, right? Lovely to hear it. Okay, let's exchange scrolls, bottomware decks, 10%, don't need it. What have you been up to, though? What have you been up to, though? Cape defense, gross. Cape defense again? No. Yeah, you were going through the breakup, but now you're doing better today. That's good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Of course, of course, of course. Hope everyone else who's coming in is also doing well. I assume everyone else is doing well, and if not, tell me so, and then I can laugh at you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I won't laugh at you. I swear. I swear I won't. I'm too nice for that. Let's see. We need staff, right? Yeah, staff. There's lots of lurkers right now, yeah. Staff. Magic attack, 30%. Let's buy 2 of them. I'm not going to throw them on this one, because this one I want to use for now, but I might throw them on this one later. So right now we have 82, 81, 81. So we'll throw them on this 82, see if we can get 2 successes. Failure. And it's gone. Of course. 13 int. 7 int. Nah, Not worth it. Okay. Back to the grind. We're trying to get a good one, right? We're trying to get a good one. Oh, I'm not wearing my weapon. I had no weapon. I'm like, why am I not attacking? Back to the slow grind at the fucking blood harps. Things will speed up soon, I hope. I hope. I have high hopes for it. I don't know if this is even the best place to train as an ice lightning mage. I have no idea. It seems decently fast. I don't know. If anyone has any better fucking spots for an ice lightning mage, if there's any ice lightning mages mains in the chat, let me know because I have no clue. Zero idea if this is good or not. Shit, I fell. It probably isn't. I don't know. Might be. I could go to Bane's. Would Bane's be better? Let's look this up. Let's look this up in the Discord. Guides. Where them buck at though? You find I did get the 120. Yeah, exactly. You got it. You're correct. Ice Lightning Guide. 70 plus. Blood Harps. Solid XP Mesa Scroll Vouchers. Bonefish. Easy layout for maximum uptime and mobs hit. Giga OP Sharks. Easy layout for maximum uptime. Best for Dex Crystals. Okay, so this one's good. At 70 plus, just ice strike, and then spell booster, and then magic amplification. Okay, we got it. But what minus? I'm trying to get all classes to 120. Hopefully 125, but I really didn't want to train on the Buccaneer right now. I've been doing that Buccaneer for a billion years. And its new attack is laterally better than its old attack. Like, barely. Very slightly better. Like, they'll get way better after, like, 20 levels in it, but I don't intend to get 20 levels in it right away. Because I'm only going to get it to 125 and then move on. So I could get the 2 to 5 levels today. Or I could try to get this guy up a little bit, because this is my next one. I'm going to be finished with this Ice Lightning Mage and my Buccaneer way before Bote gives us more character slots, I bet. Unfortunately. Because that's unfortunate for me, because that means I can't make any more characters for a while. I'll have to focus on leveling up all my duders. Which makes later characters more of a pain in the ass to level up. But oh well. It's fine. Were you enjoying the Buccaneer grinding, Minus? Were you enjoying watching me hit things with a laser beam? Minus? I'm sure people enjoyed watching me smack things as a hero, as a fucking Corsair, as a all the other classes I played on stream. Dragon Knight back in the early times. Do 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 do. Huh. Yawn. We scared off Minus. We scared him off. Boop, 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 boop. Doopa 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 doopa. Yep. Ow. Hmm. Okay, good to know. I know what I'm making for dinner tonight for my wife and I. So I was just looking up the little recipe that I needed. I'm just gonna make some hot roast beef sandwiches, and I'm gonna make some au jus to go with it. Some au jus. Au jus. To dip sandwiches in. And that's what I was looking up. Who don't like a good hot roast beef sandwich with au jus? With jus. Shibba-dooba-dooba-doos. We're gonna have it on some nice toasted sourdough. That'll be delicious. That'll be delicious. Do 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 do. Boop boo. Do 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 do. God. What a lovely Maple Story song we got here. It's my favorite. It's my favorite one. I tell you what, it's my favorite one. It's my favorite one. Boo 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 doo 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 doo. Anyone excited for anything they're going to be releasing in Chrono Story soon, like Papillana's? Anyone hopeful for any specific job changes? I know I want some buffs to the mobbing of the problem child classes, obviously, but I think they'll probably be pretty strong in bossing, maybe. I would hope. I hope bossing isn't like the only way you can level up fucking a Night Lord and Corsair and Bowmaster. Like, well, I hope it's not the only way, because bossing is kind of intense, and I don't like doing bossing that much. I don't like doing bossing. You have to be so optimized and shit. It's such a pain in the ass. I don't mind bossing on occasion. Doing my weeklies and doing a couple bosses. Lurk, thanks, Ivy. Oh! I thought you had missed, but you actually hit me right in the side of the face, man. Fuck you, Ivy. What the fuck? I can't believe you've done this. It was a moonwalking harp. Oh, I want magical dance. Tomorrow? No. How about no? Book of Spells? No. Big chords? I'm on fucking shuffle. Give me something else. Still Night? Come on now. Melodrama? No. Terraria? No. Dead Can Dance? Sure, I like Dead Can Dance. Doop doop doop. Boop boop beep, boop boop boop. Doop boop 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 boop. Doop doop beep, boop boop boop. Doo 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 doo. Do doopy doo doopy doopy doo. Do doopy doo doopy doopy doo. Do doopy doo doopa doopa doo. Honestly, I couldn't care less about any of the class changes in the long run, as long as Bote releases a Ron. If we have a Ron, I don't give a single fuck about any of y'all's. I'm playing a Ron. I don't give a single fuck about any of y'all's classes, including the ones I play, because guess what? A Ron exists. That means I'm playing a Ron. A Ron exists? I don't care. I'm playing that. Fuck y'all's classes. I've been leveling up. I've been leveling up all the classes. This is my 6th one that we're trying to get the 120. 125-ish is more my goal. 6th one. When we get more character slots, I'm gonna continue making all the rest, and there's 6 more. We got 6 more to go. We're halfway there. When this one's done. Halfway there. But if Iran comes out, I don't give a fuck about any of the other classes. I have no shits, none given. Iran main all the way. I will help balance Iran. That's what I will help do. Oh. Do do ba do 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 ba do do do. You know what? I was just thinking about it just now. If Iran released... Now, mind you, I think that Ice Lightning Mage should get this ability, not Iran. But I think it could work with Iran, which is to say, Iran's fourth job gets a skill that looks kind of like this attack skill that Ice Lightning Mage uses. It costs 500 combo, which is a lot, and it hits the whole map with a freeze effect, and if you hit mobs that are frozen, it kills them. I think it shouldn't do that. In my opinion, it should be a different skill that just, like, lets you mantle Maha. Like, you summon Maha, and now your hits a little bit, you hit harder, your attacks have longer reach, for, like, 30 seconds. So, like, make it like a burst skill. Make it like a burst skill. If he was to keep, if Bote, remember the Tempest being spammable on release? It was bugged. It shouldn't have been spammable on release. It was bugged on release because it cost combo. It cost combo, and Tempest was very OP on release because it was spammable. Yeah, it was bugged. But yeah, it gave the combo back of hidden death enemies. I mean, it still did give combo back, but, like, you'd have to hit... It cost 500. You have to hit 500 enemies, which wasn't possible. It was just bugged. It considered hitting an enemy like hitting enemy 5 times or some shit, which isn't how it worked. I don't like that skill. That skill is boring. It kind of undermines the whole design of Iran in the first place, where you're this combo character, you're building combo, using that to increase your power, using some combo to use some skills that doesn't consume all your combo. It shouldn't consume all your combo. It did before, but it shouldn't, because that kind of undermines the value of combo as a resource. It makes it less of a resource and more of a detriment, and I think having it be expendable in increments is better. So, like, if you wanted to use your downright attack, combo attack, whatever it is, then you should be able to do that, and it'll just consume the amount of combo that it takes to cast that skill. Right. I think that if Tempest exists, it shouldn't be Tempest. It should either be Summon Maha, which in modern MapleStory, before the revamp of Iran a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was, a year or so ago, before they turned Iran into a shit mage for no reason, there was a skill in 4th job that let you summon Maha in 5th job? Yeah, 5th job. And what it would do is, for a short duration, you would... Your weapon would visibly become Maha, and all of your attacks hit harder, had like a more reach, like it would do like a shockwave effect where it would hit farther. And every once in a while you get like a little AoE around you, doing a little bit extra damage. I think that's what Tempest should be. I don't think Tempest should be a big AoE map skill. I think it should just be a burst skill. It should be a burst damage skill. However, if Bote wants to be a Chad in bossing, for example, what would be an interesting way to use it if you didn't want to change that skill entirely, right? Like, keep it the way it was. It does the thing on the map. That's boring. I don't care. It's fine. It's not why I'm playing the class. I can ignore the skill. But for bossing, make it a bind. When you hit a boss with it, it costs 500 combo, and it binds the boss with no cooldown on it. So like if you were to build up to 1,000 combo, you could bind the boss. It lasts for like 5 or 10 seconds, and then you could bind the boss again for 5 or 10 seconds, letting everyone have a really long burst window. Obviously, the cooldown is still based on how much combo you have. You could only ever cast it twice in a row. You'd have to rebuild your combo after that, because it costs 500 combo. But I think if it was a bind, I think that would be a good party utility. Get rid of the combo, the party skill combo shield or something, whatever it is. The 4th job combo shield ability, where you spend 150 combo to give everyone a 15% damage reduction from enemies, so enemies do less damage to you. That just devalues. That skill alone just devalues Dragon Knight. Just get rid of that skill, or give it to Dragon Knight somehow. Give that skill to Dragon Knight somehow. It'd work fine. But do not give that to. Ooh, that's pretty good. Do not give that to Ice Lightning Mage. Don't give it to Iran. They don't need a party buff like that. That's my 10 thoughts. That's my 10 thoughts on the matter. Don't give them combo shield, combo whatever it is, the party buff, but either change Tempest into a burst skill that gives you more damage in general for a short duration, 15 seconds to 30 seconds, and you can't build combo during that time. It counts your combo as like in Modern MapleStory, when you use certain skills like that, it counts your combo as infinite combo. It goes infinite for some reason. You could do that. You could just make the combo 1,000 for the duration, and at the end of the duration, it consumes all your combo, and you can't use it again during the thing. Like give it an actual cooldown of like 31 seconds, like 1 second more than the skill itself, so you can't use it again during that time, for example. I think that would work. Or make it a bind. We're in the middle of an ad just now. Let me know when the ad's over, or if you're in an ad at all. Sorry if you're in an ad, guys. If you're not in an ad, let me know. I'm trying to not talk relevant stuff until the ad's over. 2 minutes. All right, ads are over. Welcome back. I'm gonna talk over this song. So like that's what I think for Tempest. I think Tempest is OP as it is. You could leave it as is. Like it's OP and not really fun. But like you could leave it as is if you want and make it a bind, and I think that'd be cool for bossing, and then get rid of the combo shield, so you don't have a party utility buff like that. Instead, it's a bossing utility thing specifically, making Iran's really useful in bossing. But Iran is already going to be a really good bosser because they're going to be good damage. That's how Iran always is. If they nerf Iran into being either a bad bosser or into one or the other, a really good mobber but a bad bosser, or a really good bosser and a bad mobber, it's not going to be very good for the class. I think the class itself should be pretty good at both in general. Unlike a lot of classes that are only good at one or the other, some classes are good at both, like Hero. I think like Hero, Iran is like that, except for the fact that I think Iran shouldn't have a buff that helps the party like that. I don't mind Iran having a bind, because I think that could be interesting for hero classes to have binds. It could be a unique thing for hero classes. Who knows? But then again, if you have 6 Irans in the party, you could probably infinitely spam the bind. I guess maybe, I don't know. It depends. You probably have to have a cooldown on the bind as well. In some way, I don't know. Regardless, having it be a summon a Maha is better. For other things for the class that could make the class better earlier on, or more fun earlier on, later in the class's life, they added a skill called Gathering Hook, which is a lot like Monster Magnet. Except what it would do is it would pull enemies that are in front of you towards you. So, like, nothing behind you would get pulled in front of you. It would just pull stuff that you're facing. So, like, it could pull a lot of these enemies on that platform above me over there. Not all the way above me, just the one in front of me. Right in front of me, essentially. And then it was up to, like, 12 mobs or something like that. It doesn't need to be that big. That would make them very good party mobbers, just like the other warriors. Or don't give them that and leave the pulling stuff for the regular warriors. They're still really useful in parties, and people still want Iran because they're really high damage. They kill stuff fast in large groupings. They also do have a push attack, left, down, right, and then attack, or right, down, left, and then attack. Either way would do the same thing in a different direction, which would let you push enemies just like the pushing skill that all the other warriors get, except it's a little more annoying to use, and it wasn't as long or big. Which is still a good skill because you get it way earlier than they do. All the warriors get them in 3rd job. Iran got that in 2nd job. If not 1st job, I think it was 2nd job. That's fine. Makes it more unique that way. What else? I don't think there's really anything else Iran really needs, per se, other than just balancing. If he wants to give Iran Beyonder Blade, I don't think it needs Beyonder Blade. I'm not a fan of Beyonder Blade. I think Beyonder Blade should be changed if he uses it to be, like, just the cold stuff. So make it 3 attacks instead of Make it 3 attacks instead of 4, right? You go 3. You do attack, 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 and then you go bear, and then you do 3 more attacks. Make it bear and then 2 more attacks. So it's 3 attack, 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 then attack, attack, attack. So instead of being bear, make it like the wolf one and then the Maha one that they added later. And don't have fucking what was it? Phoenix and then Tiger for no reason. For no reason. It was a polar themes class. I don't know why they added Beyonder Blade and made it like that, and then they expanded on it later in the new update and made it shit. So I don't know. Just my thoughts on it. I could easily help balance an Iran class. If I had like all the skills in front of me, I knew what I was looking at. I'd be able to be like, yeah, no, this skill needs adjusting. This skill needs adjusting. Needs this skill now. Like this one can be removed. You know, the up attack skill that does like a circle around you. That one pushed enemies away for some reason. I don't know why. It should probably pull enemies towards you. Okay, don't add Gathering Hook. Just make that one the pull skill, and don't make it too far. Just make it so like, if I'm here, I could get everyone on this platform. But that's as far as it goes. You know, like a vortex that pulls enemies in towards you on all sides. But it can't get platforms you're not standing on, so it's not as strong as like a monster magnet. And then put it in third job. That's where it was. So it's smaller monster magnet. Level up, level 74. Hell yeah. Yawn. Dagger attack, shoes mobility, glove magic attack. Let's go see if we can get some shit. I think we can. So we had a good amount of pure waters. Let's just... buy that many. I think I have a couple more on... Alright, Sookum, how about Merpins? 79? That's not a lot, but it's fine. Okay, exchange scrolls. We got dagger attack. Don't need those because I'm making my deuter on the other account if I can. Shoes mobility. Okay. Might be able to get like 2 more. Scroll vouchers. Staff. 30%. 3 more. Hell yeah. Okay. 3 more staff tries. We got 381s. Gone. 1. There's a success. Gone. 2. So we got 1 more try. And it's fine if it don't work. I can just throw 60% on this one. I'm fine with it until high level. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try. So we just need 2 successes. And it's better than the current one. Well, 2 successes would make it the same as the current one. But it would have 5 slots. instead of 3. Boop boop. I think so this one was an 83 attack, and then we succeeded a 30%, which made it 88. Oh, that makes sense. It had to be an 81 attack that we succeeded once on, and then succeeded 2 more times on 60%, which made it 91. So we only succeeded once 30% on this one. And then also failed twice. Failed once. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I have Terraria music on my playlist. I don't play Terraria. I played it on stream a couple times, and it was fine. Too complicated for me. Too much shit going on. Too much stuff you have to know ahead of time even to get into the game, otherwise the game is too hard to play. I'd like to go in blind, but it's the game that you can't go in blind with, and I don't like that. Hello, Rosie. Welcome in. Okay. It's always me? Yes. I've always been me. My entire life I've been me. It's just you. Just me. Isn't that weird? That I've been me my entire life? Isn't that weird? Do-ba-dee-doo-doo. Why do you feel like I stream every day? I do stream every day. I've streamed every day for the last 450 days. Sometimes more than once in a day. Accurate statement, yes. I streamed on Christmas. I streamed on Thanksgiving. I streamed on New Year's. I streamed on Arbor Blay. I streamed on Memorial Flay. And Hobbeline. And what other holidays are there? Eggster. And on Non. Every day. Every day. This is how it is. It's how I am. I can't help myself. Is that the only game I... No. We're actually going to stream again later tonight, and we're gonna play Deltarune some more. I also play old school RuneScape. I do art on stream. I do talking streams. I play other games, Gamba games like Balatro. Not real Gamba, but fake Gamba. We've done Skyrim, and we've done other stuff. We're gonna do lots of stuff on stream. I play this game a lot though, because I like it. It's a nice chill game. It's a nice chill game. Huh. John. Almost level 75. I didn't actually have a goal for today. Looks like the goal might be level like 78, if not 80. Depends. Do, 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 do. Boop, 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 ba, doo, boop, ba, doo, doo, ba, doo, doo, doo. Do, do, ba, doo, 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 ba, doo, doo, ba, doo, doo, ba, doo, doo, doo. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 95%. Blah. Doot doot. Doop doot doo. Doo 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 doo. Doop doot doo. Do 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 do. There's level 75. Hello, BP. Hello, Carla. What's up? Chat with girlfriend? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I hope you're having fun with that. Boo. 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 'Tis nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Love to hear it. Do, do. Do, do. Maxing today? What do you mean? What does that mean? I said hello, BP. I said hello. My character? No. Well, I'm leveling up this character. We already got the other guy to 120. I'd like to get him 125, but I wanted to play this one instead today because I've already got another one to 120. And I wanted to take a break from it. So here we are on this guy. We're gonna give this guy a who knows what. The max level in this game is like 300, and I have no one anywhere near that. Oh! I can't believe he would harm me like this. I can't believe you would. I don't delete them. I have them all. I have all of them, Carla. I have all of them. I'm just making new ones. BP, I've already said hello. Stop saying hello. I've already said hello. Now, I'm gonna take a short break so I can have lunch. I see that. I'll be right back. Give me like 10. Gonna have a little bit of lunch. I might eat on stream. I might not eat on stream. Short break and touch myself. I'm good. Maybe I will just to take a piss or something. But that's just how that goes. Right, 1 sec. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We got bam, 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 bam. Bam. All right. I'll get back. Kind of. I still gotta eat, but... But that's fine. Let's get rid of this shit. Alright. And we're back. But I gotta eat. Whoop. Those either coming in for the first time right now. I'm eating a little bit of lunch. And then we'll get back to grinding. Then I'll get back to grinding for a bit longer. Okay. Ooh. How do you remorsal? Lovely. Okay. Get back to the grind. Back to the grind. What's up, Kraz? What's up? How you doing, man? Streak achieved? You've been here for like 1 billion years. Good is good. Love to hear it. Later, Carla. Correct that Gruz gang, yeah, for sure. For real, for real. For real, no cap. You have to have the stream tabbed in order to throw pipes. Loser. Brokey. Loser, brokey, dumbass. I still make more money than you do. Broke boy. I make more money than you do. Baroque boy. Bucks 120 now. I just didn't want to play it today. I still got 5 more levels. Off my wife, yeah. My wife makes more than enough money for the 2 of us. We only have one car though, so that's the main reason. Otherwise, I would work somewhere. I pick up stuff every once in a while. Whenever I can get it. We used to have 2 cars, but we couldn't take both of them with us when we moved across the country to it. So we had to sell one. So it's my car. My family has 3. Sup, Hatch? You can't turn this around on me, broke ass. Brokey. I own a house. Eat my ass. None of y'all own a house. Eat my ass. I have more hypothetical money than you'll ever have in your life. Womp womp womp. Brokey. Diet Peppis. Very good. For real though, bye. Later, brokey, brokey. So, it's fine, brokey. I'm ready whenever you are. I'm not talking shit. I'm just telling it how it is. Sea Hatch gets it. We're gonna hit an ad in the next couple minutes, just as a forewarning. Probably in like 3 minutes, I would guess. And it'll last 3 minutes, but I'll be here after the ads end. I'm doing good today. I just had some lunch. I went downstairs and I made a couple hot dogs. 2. And I had those with some applesauce. And a Diet Pepsi. And we're going to stream again later tonight, by the way. We're going to stream again tonight. And it's going to be Deltarune with Bun. We're streaming again tonight, Deltarune with Bunny. Just forewarning for you, Krez, so you know. When this stream ends, I'm going to do some chores around the house. And I'm gonna relax until that stream. Well, I'll make dinner too when my wife's on the way home. You guess extra streams are a thing now? For sure. For real, no cap gruz. More opportunity to dick around, yeah. No cap my Sigma, for real. Yeah. McDonald's. Fun fact about McDonald's, by the way, Kraz, write this down. Fun fact about McDonald's. If you want a actually good McDonald's experience, okay, you want an actually good McDonald's experience, get a McDouble. You can get however many you want. I don't care. You do you. You want to be a fat ass? Get like, I don't know how many you want. But get a McDouble. Don't eat it at McDonald's. Take it home. Stick it in the microwave for 25 seconds when you get home. It's gonna be hotter than the 9 hells, but it's like 100 times better than at McDonald's. Just so you know. And if you have them in the refrigerator and you take them out like the next day or whatever, for whatever reason, 35 seconds. Fridge part. If you save McDoubles in the fridge, like for example, if there's like some kind of sale where McDoubles are extraordinarily cheap, and you want to pick up a few of them for like the week or some shit, and they're in the fridge, 35 seconds in the microwave makes them better than they are fresh. From like cold. I don't know how long from frozen. I haven't tested frozen yet, but 35 seconds from not frozen in the fridge. 25 seconds fresh from the restaurant, maybe 20 seconds, but I usually do 25. I don't mind them being hotter than the sun. I can just wait a minute. They are 10 times more delicious than they are fresh. But only for like 5 minutes, and then they turn into a hockey puck. Not that they're gonna last that long. Wrote all that shit down real easy, man. Real easy. McDoubles seem like the shit food for McDonald's, but man, oh man, are they the best thing for McDonald's? Yes. if you put them in the microwave. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It turns it from this like really shitty fast food burger to like the best cafeteria burger you've ever had. You know what I mean? If you have like a soft spot for cafeteria burgers from childhood, it's like the best version of that. You know what I mean? It's too good. My wife has gotten into the thing where she'll sometimes stop at McDonald's on her way home from work, just to grab 2 McDoubles and a coffee for herself, and she'll one McDouble for me, one McDouble for her. Exactly, it's like that, except the best version of that. So she'll bring home like 2 McDoubles, and when she gets home, she'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go get dressed. She'll go upstairs, and when she goes back downstairs, I have microwaved those 2 burgers, and we both eat a burger. And we're like, yeah. Depends on when she gets home, though. Very nice light meal, single McDouble. So romantic. I know, right? I'm warming it with the heat from my heart. Computer, why am I so long? Back to this joke, huh? Computer, how to you Maple Story? Anyway. You don't need to add nothing to it. If you like more cheese, get double cheeseburgers instead. The double cheeseburgers versus McDoubles. The only difference is 1 slice of cheese. A McDouble has 1 slice of cheese that's in between the 2 patties. The double cheeseburger has 2 slices of cheese. 1 in between the 2 patties and 1 on top of the 2 patties. So if you want 2 slices of American cheese like a real chud, do that. I think the McDouble has a better ratio, though. A lot of the time, I end up, if you get a double cheeseburger, it just tastes plasticky for some reason. That's the cheese. Too much cheese. Because usually I wouldn't say there's too much cheese, but American cheese, there can be too much American cheese. Unless you're doing like a really good grilled cheese sandwich with like soup or something. So you'd probably do that, yeah. Same deal, 25 seconds in the microwave from fresh, and 35 from the fridge. If they're cold. If they're room temperature, or even like slightly warm, 25 seconds. Maybe 20, I'd do 25 on high. And then, if you want from fridge, 35 seconds on high. You could probably get away with medium, but then they won't be as hot. And you want them to be as hot as the sun, because it makes them taste even more like those nostalgic cafeteria burgers. The kind you'd get in like middle school or something. I find, beepy weep, why would I ever do that? When I can dip the nugget. Why would I want to change the form factor in how I eat nuggets from I eat them with my fingers to I eat them with a fork? Never. They used to have in foil wrapping and shit. They did. That was the time. Hello, Ryland. Welcome back. Because it spreads the flavor. Yeah, and you can spread the flavor too by dipping the nugget. And then you take a bite. I would never do that in a billion trillion years. Who wants soggy nuggets? You miss not worrying about taxes and cum? I understand. The cum factory's really gotten to you, hasn't it? That's unfortunate, Kraz. That's unfortunate. Hey, you know, on the bright side of not needing to work because my wife makes way more money than I do, at the moment. If I was working really hard in the animation industry, I'd be making more money. But there's no jobs right now because of AI and corporate greed. But on the bright side, I didn't have to do my taxes this year. That was cool. This last year, I didn't have to do my taxes. That was cool. I haven't not had to do my taxes in like literally like 15 years. It was so weird. I was like, oh shit, it's tax return time, tax time. My wife's like, oh, we gotta do our taxes, and then I was like, wait a minute, do I have to do my taxes? And it was like, oh yeah, you didn't. No, you probably don't. I was like, yes, I didn't have to do taxes. Best part. That's the best part about it. Back in the day when mid-food was gourmet, yeah, for sure. Look, mid-food wasn't gourmet, it was just better quality back then because they hadn't used shrinkflation and corporate greed to make everything worse. So it was actually better quality. It was better quality because they wanted it to be quality food so you'd come and eat it. They'd make it cheap and quality. Now it's just expensive and shit. Sometimes you'll get a nice deal like McDoubles for like 2 McDoubles for like $3 or some shit, or $2.50 for 2 McDoubles. That's the shit right there. When it's that kind of deal, hell yeah. Just stock up, get a few of them, put them in the fridge. Let me see how long from frozen. Let me look this up on Google. How long McDouble microwave from frozen? Microwave the McDouble for about 1 minute and 30 seconds on a lower power setting to thaw it without turning the bun dry, rubbery, and spongy. Remove the original wrapper. Wrap it loosely in a paper towel to catch moisture. Heat for 1 minute on low to medium power. Flip the burger in the microwave for 30 seconds to 1 minute until heated through. Okay. More work there if you freeze them. But I mean, if they're really on sale, it could still be worth it. What's up, Ryland? A ghast shot a ball at you. Nice. I don't know, I think it is. Maybe. Nice beep. Congratulations. Have fun with that. About to get level 76. You have a question? Sure, what's up? What's your question, Ryland? Do, 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 Have you ever heard of H.P. Lovecraft? Yes. Short answer, yes. Long answer, also yes. Fucking... That's fine. We want staff. Magic attack 60. We get one, so we can only afford one. We got one left for a new one. Damn. Staff. Magic attack 60. One. Actually, I bought a 30%, which is what I was going for, actually, but still. It's garbage now, unfortunate. Weren't able to get a godly one, but we're able to get a decent one. 93 attack so far. We got 2 more chances. We're going to try for 97, hopefully. At least 95 would be great. I've made subclasses for D&D using Lovecraftian stuff as the basis. I made a Madness Warlock, where the whole idea is you were given power by glimpsing into something the human mind cannot comprehend, or the mortal mind cannot comprehend. So you're able to tap into that power, but it causes you to go. It causes you to become insane. It gives you insanity. You can spend insanity points to cast spells, but then you have to roll on a table. Looking at Azathoth, exactly right. One of the abilities for the class is called Azathoth Medleys. Anyway, you can spend insanity points to cast spells, which you gain by casting spells normally, other than with those points. But when you do, you then have to roll on a table that tells you what kind of madness effect you get. You get a short-term and a long-term madness effect. A short-term madness effect lasts until you take a long rest. A long-term madness effect, a short-term madness effect is instantaneous. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay. It gives you a short-term and a long-term madness effect. A short-term madness effect is something instantaneous and usually bad. It could be something silly that you do on your next turn that doesn't impede your play style. It could be that you just basically skip your turn because you're getting free spells. It's very powerful. And then you also get a long-term madness effect. These are usually role-play effects, but they can also be detrimental to your gameplay a bit, depending on what you roll, if it's bad. And that lasts until you take a long rest. It also has effects of not sleeping. You don't have to sleep with the class, but you still get points of exhaustion, and with each point of exhaustion, your spells become more powerful. That's how my Madness Warlock works. You're trading your restful night's sleep and gaining points of exhaustion, so you can then cast spells that you shouldn't be able to by tapping into power that you don't understand. It's a fun one. I played it in a campaign once. It can be relatively powerful, but it can also be really stupid a lot of the time, because you end up rolling shit that makes you do some bullshit. Like skipping turns and stuff. Dorky but sick as fuck. It is. One of the dangerous short-term madness effects makes it so on your next turn you can't determine the difference between friends and foe. So the next time you attack a creature, you have to attack the nearest creature on your next turn. Because all creatures on the board seem like enemies to you. And then the effect goes away. It's a good one. It's a fun subclass. I make lots of classes and subclasses. Some more interesting than others. That one's my more interesting one for like regular conversation to talk about because it's a fun concept. The higher level you get in that warlock, the more insane you get. Hey, remember when we were talking about when Link was on, we were talking about Zed, the insane guy who liked to collect eyes from people, and he ended up plucking out the eyes of innocents with a spoon at one point, which is why he was being hunted down. But he's caused many other atrocities throughout the many thousands of years he'd been alive in Link's campaign setting. Yeah, he was originally a one of these warlocks. In fact, he is one of those warlocks in general. Zed was cool as hell. He was very terrifying of a character. He's also a giant coward and only does stuff to better himself in a way, in his kind of insane way that he's thinking. Mostly his means to gather collections and magic. Your friend thought Cthulhu was real? Jeez. Well, he's not. Anyway. A lot of the stuff made by Lovecraft is based on the trauma he had when he was younger, because both of his parents died to at the time they called it consumption, but it's now known as tuberculosis. They both died of tuberculosis, and he thought it was because it was a curse or some such. So a lot of his novels had to do with that. I believe that's the case anyway. I could be incorrect. I could be misremembering a different author. I'm pretty sure it was Lovecraft, though. Or was it? It might not have been tuberculosis. It might have been a sexually transmitted disease. Was it Lovecraft? Okay, yeah. I thought it was tuberculosis. I'm pretty sure. I couldn't remember if it was tuberculosis or if it was like a sexually transmitted disease that causes like delirium, which is why he had that hang up. But I'm pretty sure it was yeah, tuberculosis. Yeah. But yes, Zed was a mass murderer. He had leveled civilizations. It was syphilis. It was, thank you, syphilis. I think his mother died of tuberculosis and his father died of syphilis. That's what it was. It was something like that. One of them died of syphilis. One of them died to tuberculosis. So it caused two different stories essentially in his mind. One where glimpsing to madness caused you to wither away, and the other one where glimpsing into things you can't understand caused you to slowly go insane and then die. Yeah, something like that. Thank you, Kraz. Syphilis. That's what I was thinking it was. I think it's both. I think it's both. Like one of them died to one, the other one died to the other. Because it's way too weirdly coincidental that I remember both. Plus, no one knew what the hell syphilis. Yep, exactly. Same with tuberculosis. They knew it was something people got, but which is why they called it consumption, because people would start to like just die of being too thin, essentially. Yeah. Makes sense. Zed was an insane man who would go around and destroy civilizations to meet his ends. Mostly his goal was to not die. That was his main goal. He had sub goals, but he had a curse put on him by himself before he became insane, to make sure he was afraid of basically everything, and anything that was deemed at all powerful, he would try to escape at all costs. Essentially, he had a spell on him that made him so he would not stick around for a fight most of the time, unless he was absolutely confident he could win, which didn't happen very often. Which is why he survived so long and why he was such a menace. I gave Link a self-inflicted fear curse. Intriguing. Yeah, when he was a young man, he was part of a house of elves from the Astral Sea, who are very magically inclined, and he was a gifted mage among them. In his search for different methods of magical casting, he accidentally glimpsed upon an eldritch horror, which was important to the campaign, that caused his soul to shatter and him to start to go insane. He knew he was going insane. He was very well aware that that's what was happening. His family was well aware that was happening. So his goal for the years prior to finally slipping into permanent insanity was to first of all, it was to look for a way to fix it, and there was none that he could find. Despite eventually being a high-level caster. But his ultimate goal in the meantime, if he couldn't figure it out, was to put a curse on himself that would prevent him, that would basically, because someone who's insane, especially with as a high-level caster as he was, he knew that would be extraordinarily dangerous for himself and others. So selfishly, he was not a good person. He was always an evil person. He was always a lawful evil character whose goals were evil, but he always followed the law, essentially. He would do what he needed to do without many bloodshed if he could. He knew that he was as a high level caster like that, his best bet would be, for the safety of people, would be to let himself die. Like, kill himself. But fucking no, he's not going to do that. He's selfish. So instead, he put a curse on himself to make it so, even though he was insane, the insane version of him would always have a specific primal urge. And that urge was survive. Which he wouldn't have had if he didn't give himself that curse. He just would have ended up causing a war and getting himself killed really early on. That's what would have happened. People would have seen him as a madman who was eventually overthrown and killed in some conflict. But instead, he ended up being a madman who persisted through the ages. Constantly causing mass murders, genocides. He was a very complex character, yes. Strange occurrences could also be put back towards him as well. Like he did a lot of weird shit and a lot of really dark shit when he was insane. He eventually was able to come out of insanity. And I got to play him again as a high-level caster who is no longer insane. Far into the future. And now he's even more of a menace to the campaign setting. So if Link ever goes back to that campaign setting, he's even more dangerous. Because he's sane now. That makes him way more dangerous. When he was insane, you can basically ignore him. You shouldn't ignore him. You should have killed. People should have killed him, but people have tried for thousands of years and been unsuccessful because he's very slippery. Because he's a high-level caster with thousands of years of experience despite being insane. Now he's perfectly aware of the shit he's doing, right? Yeah, but he's back to his lawful evil ways. He's not going around mass murdering and doing things. He's gathering power, doing things behind the scenes, pulling strings, creating kingdoms, sponsoring kings and emperors, and gathering magic. Because his main goal in life is to understand all of magic. That's all he wanted to do. He wanted nothing more than to understand magic, which sounds simple, but is not simple. And he is very smart. He's way smarter than I am. So I have to do like shit, like backflips to play the character. But he's very, 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 very intelligent. And he's not trying to harm anyone specifically, but he will harm anyone he wants to get to his goal, if that's the only way forward. He'll look for the ways that are not going to cause conflict because he doesn't want to deal with it. He looks for the way of least resistance. That is his goal. For example, when we were playing that campaign where he was no longer insane, where he was just a high-level caster, we eventually got sent to a alternate universe where we were tasked to kill alternate versions of ourselves. Zed had to kill insane Zed, and all the other players had to kill versions of themselves. Well, you know what the way of least resistance is for Zed in this particular instance? He knows Zed, the slippery, insane Zed, is basically impossible even for him to kill. So, what's the easiest way to kill all of them quickly? It's to destroy that universe. Which he did. Because of player knowledge of the character, because of his character's knowledge of how the world works and things of that nature. So in that campaign, all magic comes from essentially a Titan's heart. A Titan's heart. Magic is created by an organ of a ancient being, an ancient creature. And his family, who lived in the Astral Sea, built their estate around this thing. If that is destroyed, magic is destroyed. But then there's also the world anvil, which is where all of reality is essentially. It creates reality. Well, what happens if you create a portal that makes that heart that creates all of magic and have it fall on top of the world anvil at the speed of a comet? Well, you're just going to destroy that whole reality. That was his whole plan. It was like, well, I mean, like, it's too dangerous to try to do this shit. Let's just destroy the whole thing. There's no consequences for us. But yeah, sure, we killed literally billions of people, but like, how is that consequential to us? They no longer exist. Those gods no longer exist. That whole reality's gone. It doesn't affect us at all. That's his thought process. He doesn't... Again, the worst possible thing someone could do, he did it, and felt no remorse about it, because there were no consequences. That's how bad of a person he is. And that's when he's sane. We killed everyone, but that doesn't matter because, yeah, exactly. We killed everybody, but that doesn't matter because we don't have to continue our shit. We killed everyone in that universe, but it doesn't matter because they're all dead. There's no one who's going to come back and complain at us. I see no problems. Basically, he saw no problems with that course of action because this place doesn't matter. It's not our reality. I don't give a fuck about any of these people. Let's kill everyone. Because that's the fastest way to do this that is safe. The fastest, safest way to go about it. A really quick, decisive strike on a vulnerable spot in multiverse. And then when he got back home to his regular multiverse, he warned all of the gods that that is something that someone insane like him could do. Someone evil could do that, and to make sure that doesn't happen. So now his reality is safe from the same problem. So if that ever happened to his universe, it wouldn't happen because the gods already know that that's a thing that could happen, so they've taken countermeasures to prevent it. Zed is fucked up. Level 77. So I get the feeling that the next time Link runs that campaign setting, Zed is going to be one of the... That is one fucked up wizard. He's a sage, technically. There's a class that I made called Sage, which is a more balanced wizard. You get more subclass abilities, more class abilities, but you have more limited casting. You have more open-ended casting. You get all the class spell lists instead of just one class's spell lists. But at the downside of it takes forever to cast your spells. Again, he doesn't care whether, like, he doesn't want specifically to be a fast casting wizard. He wants to just understand all of magic, so that's the perfect class for him. He's a class that can take any spell that he wants, as long as he can learn it. So it's a high intelligence caster class that just is like, it's all set up. Like, he's a very meticulous character, so if you want to have spells for the day, you have to go out, get materials, craft spell scrolls, take the time to do that, and then you'll be ready for the days ahead with spell scrolls you created in advance. You get like 2 casts of spells per day of whatever you want, essentially, which most classes get dozens. You get 2. The rest of the time you gotta prepare ahead of time. So you got 2 on-the-fly castings of spells you need in emergencies. Otherwise, you got to think ahead really well, and that's what he does. It's his main thing. If he knows that he's the Batman of casters, if he knows what's coming, he can prepare everything ahead of time and be basically unstoppable. So the only way to really get him is to get him off guards. The moment he knows you're after him, you're fucked, essentially. As long as he has a little bit of wiggle room. Like, if he has a day to prepare, you're fucked. But he is a fucked up guy. You didn't know H.P. Lovecraft was this serious? Oh, this isn't Lovecraft stuff. This is from D&D. You're actually invested in shit? I know, right? I love that campaign setting. The next time Link runs a campaign in that setting, and he has no intention to do that anytime soon, because he doesn't have any good ideas for a campaign, and he doesn't really want to run it in that world right now, because he's burnt out. He's ran that particular universe for a while. It's very likely Zed is going to be one of the overarching villains. He might not be the villain of the campaign, but he's going to be an overarching threat, like a very, very long-term villain at this point. He's not not good to have around. I don't see how he could ever be a good guy. I could see him becoming perfectly neutral if he became a god of magic, but he literally made it so he can't become the god of magic. In that universe, there are people called truth seekers, which is like a creator of the universe, essentially, can assign people to have power over the world without having the ties that a god would have. Zed traded all of the atrocities he committed over the last 10,000 years, or whatever it was, thousands of years, to basically the god of hell in exchange to become a truth seeker. Because he knew if he becomes a truth seeker, 1, he's immune to what happened to him before, and he can now research otherworldly beings without going insane. And 2, he's effectively immortal without ever having the problem of eventually becoming a god. Because if you become a god, you become tied to your dominion, and you don't have much wiggle room out of that. So he didn't want to become the god of magic, despite probably knowing as much about magic as the god of magic, which means if the god of magic died, he'd probably become it. He didn't want that, so he became a truth seeker instead. So he would have D&D exactly. So he became a truth seeker instead by using what he did while insane as leverage. And now he can't become a god because he doesn't want to be a god. If he's a god, he doesn't have as much freedom, and that's what he wants. He wants to learn everything there is about magic without it being beamed into his head, Deus Ex Machina style as a god, and being able to use it how he wants to use it, which makes him probably one of the more dangerous beings on the fucking in that fucking universe. Yeah, D&D, that's right. Dungeons and Dragons. I've had other interesting characters in that campaign setting. None are as interesting as Zed, sorry. None are as interesting as Zed. Zed is fucked. Bot lane. And then you suffer from alt disease. No, I don't suffer from alt disease. I suffer from ligma. Bot lane. I suffer from ligma. Who's ligma? Ligma balls. It's a good thing I don't suffer from Candace. I heard that one is fatal. What's Candace? You fool! You fall into one of the classic blunders. No. It's almost as bad as that one time that you asked what updog is. You foul demon! What is updog? How fast is Ice Lightning training compared to other classes? Right now in the 70s, it's pretty slow. I hear it's gonna speed up a bit. It's faster than any of the warriors. What is up, dog? Yes, exactly. Have you seen that one? That one's good. It's decently fast. It's faster than the warriors, but pretty slow compared to other classes. Not much. What's up with you? Yeah, exactly. But it's relatively slow compared to some. For example, Corsair just like speeds through levels at Mach 10. Same with Fire Poison Mage. Bowman is also pretty fast at this level range, because it has a pretty big range for its attack, and it hits pretty hard multiple times. What? It's probably on par with like Buccaneer at this level range. I don't know how it's gonna fare once we have Ice Strike and Magic Amplification maxed out. I'm sure it might be pretty strong at that point. I'm not sure. We'll find out. We'll get there. It's speeding up as we speak. I'm killing the birds faster now. But they are weak to ice. I don't know. It seems like it's relatively low damage in comparison. So who knows? I know once you hit 4th job, it's pretty quick comparatively because of Chain Lightning, and Chain Lightning's really good. Even though it's not wanted in parties for some reason. I don't understand why. Maybe it's just not that strong, even though it's supposed to be. I don't know, man. I think it feels pretty average. Faster than warriors, slower than the fast classes. Pretty middle of the pack, I think. It might speed up, I don't know. Gas pedal, gas pedal. We'll find out. What are you gonna main, bot lane? Are you already playing something? You already playing something? Main is of course Paladin. Paladin looks great. I haven't played a Paladin yet. I have both of the other warriors already in the 120s, almost 130s. Because I'm trying to play all the classes. I've done, this is the 6th one I'm doing. I've done both other warriors. I've done Bowman. I've done Corsair. I've done Brawler or Buccaneer, and now Ice Lightning. My next one I want to do is Paladin. Once we get more character slots. Once we have more character slots, I don't want to make another account if I don't have to. I have another account I could use, but I don't want to use another account if I don't have to make one. So I'm gonna see if I can make a Paladin once we have more character slots. If we get 3 more slots per account, that's enough to make all the classes, and that's what I want. If we get like 1 more slot, I can make 1 more on each account, I guess. I'll probably save a slot on my other account. You're such a goober. Everyone here's a goober. You're all watching a VTuber online. You're all goobers. You decided to go on Twitch or YouTube and watch a VTuber. That's some goblin-ass behavior. Some goober-ass behavior. You're only on 1 account? You got a Parley, Buck, and CB. What's CB? What's CB? Bandit. Chief Bandit. That would have never come to mind. Chief Bandit seems really strong, too. And a Buck. Okay. You don't want to delete a character. You don't want to make a fresh account. Hey, Lizzie. Welcome in. We want to try a mage or 2. Obviously, Bishop is the strongest one right now. Have you seen how big their fucking attack is? It's ridiculous. It's so big, that fucking cross they have. It's so huge. Like, what the fuck? How's it, but they're bossing? They're gonna be valuable in bossing because they're just a fucking cleric, right? They're healers. They're always gonna be valuable in bossing. They also increase drop chance. So, like, no matter what, they're gonna be wanted in bossing. Hello, head nurse. Welcome in. I don't think they're gonna be the best bosser ever, but they're gonna be wanted in every party. It's just so big. It's huge, Kraz. It's huge. It's ridiculous. Surprised you've been here this long, Kraz. Aren't you? Don't you work today? Right? Don't you? I like having you here, but I'm just wondering. Yeah. I think probably the best. The thing about Ice Lightning breaks almost over there. Ah, that's fine. We're gonna probably end soonish, and I'll be back again later tonight with Deltarune. Soonish. So you're not gonna be missing too much. The thing about Ice Lightning and Fire Poison. Fire Poison is gonna level up the fastest out of any class in the game. But problem. Both of these classes aren't very good in bossing, supposedly. They don't really have anything they're bringing to the table for bossing. I can't see them being good at bossing. I think Ice Lightning Mage should have a boss bind. They should have a skill that lets them bind the bosses so they have some kind of utility in a boss, and then increase their boss damage. Fire Poison should have something else. I don't know what, but they should have something that makes them good at bossing. Clerics are always going to be wanted at a nice time, though. You fucking love lore? Hell yeah. I'm glad that you like Zed and his backstory. He is the most interesting character I've ever played in the D&D campaign. He is definitely the most interesting. I didn't even come up with a lot of his backstory because, like, he had us make characters for a one shot. and Zed was my character I did. They were supposed to be evil characters. I decided to make insane Zed, and Zed eventually survived through the ages, was kind of a joke character for a while until it turned out he wasn't. Mimic from FNAF, nice. But I don't know what they would do with the Fire Poison Mage. It was something. Bishop's always gonna be wanted in a party, but these two classes, who knows? Hopefully there's something with them that'll make them valuable in party play in some way, or like bossing at least. Because I mean, every class should be valuable in bossing in some way, right? They need to bring something to the table, and right now, Fire Poison and Ice Lightning just don't. You know? In my opinion, Ice Lightning should either be a... I think Ice Lightning... Yeah, his stream might be really delayed. I think Ice Lightning should have a bind, and Fire Poison should be buffed to be able to do bossing damage. I know Fire Poison is already one of the best grinders in the game, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Don't think that's a bad thing. Hero is good at both grinding and is also going to be good at bossing. Just make Ice Lightning that, or not Ice Lightning. Make Fire Poison that for mages. Make them good at bossing. You know, even if it's just like, yeah, cool. Your poison and fire dots can go onto bosses, and instead of doing percent of their health, it does flat damage and it ticks really fast, causing you to be a very good bossing class. I don't know. Something like that. Ice Lightning should have a bind. That's all they really need, and a little bit more bossing damage to make them a little more good, instead of just being the thing that where you bind the boss 10 seconds, then you have a Buccaneer in the party, they reset the cooldown, and then you bind the boss again, and then you have a 3 minutes before it. One shot? What? Oh yeah. It was a one shot. A one shot means it was a single game. It was a backstory game where he was having us do something to help establish some lore in the campaign. By having us make a character we're only gonna play ever once, and then never again. Essentially, we were setting up the campaign with villains for him to use. And Zed ended up being the worst one. Zed was the only one in that party of villains, other than Malachi's character. It was the only one in that lineup of villains who was not eventually redeemed. Zed was the only one who was always evil and will always be evil. The other ones aren't really evil. One of them's a vampire, but she's not evil. One of them is one of the main characters from the new campaign. What was the new campaign at the time? No, we've already finished it. One of them was this elf guy who was really evil as well. But like, they were all redeemed in some way. They're no longer bad guys, they're good guys. Maybe they're not good, but they're doing good. Zed only ever does good for his own benefit. And the only reason he's doing good is because it is the path of least resistance. It's the path of least resistance. He's taking that path because he knows no one will say anything if he does this way. People will be happy about what he just did. You know? For sure, there are evil people in the world today who have done stuff that is seen as this was a good thing and is good. But they're still evil, irredeemable monsters. You know what I mean? That's how Zed is. He's an evil, irredeemable monster who no one knows is an evil, irredeemable monster because he gave all of the atrocities he committed when he was insane to a demon god. So now everything that he did in the past is associated with the demon god instead of him. So now he's basically on a like a he is a irredeemable monster who no one knows is an irredeemable monster. Except for the Truthseeker characters, which they are no longer the player characters. They aren't going to be dealing with him. It makes him highly dangerous. Not to mention he's like a CR 30. I mean, challenge rating 30, which means the player characters all need to be level 20 to even fight him. And even then, they will have a very hard time fighting him because a CR 30 really means that you need to be level 30, and the level cap is 20. So from a mechanical sense, Zed is basically impossible for player characters to beat, which is why I say which is a good thing based on how he works, right? If you can get the drop on him and make sure he doesn't know that you're coming to kill him, you're going to have a much easier time fighting him because he's not going to be prepared. That's the only way a party of level 20s could kill him. They'd have to get the drop on him when he's unawares. It's the only way, otherwise everyone's gonna fucking eat it. If he's aware of what's happening, you're probably not fighting him. And who is you? That was my character, but now it's no longer my character. Now it's an NPC who is very evil. Oh yeah, and Kraz, you'll get a little bit of a laugh out of this if you like it. Zed looked like the Hunchback character from Young Frankenstein. He looked like Igor when he was insane. When he was insane, he looked like Igor. Wall-eyed, long face, really evil looking dude, but kind of silly looking. Hump and all, yep. He was Igor, essentially looking dude. One of the unfortunate traits of becoming insane was he went wall-eyed. But the creepy part about it was when he focused on what was happening, his eyes would come into focus again, which made it kind of scary. Kind of scary. Do 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 do. Let's do 820. Let's go back to 3. I think we only need 2 though. Yeah, we only need 2. And when he was no longer insane, he looked like the same actor who played Igor. So it looked like him, just like when he's on his day off or some shit and not playing Igor. And he kind of looks like hold up. What's his name? Martin Feldman? Yeah, Martin Feldman just looks funny in general. Alright, hold up, let's see. Need 2 more. Of course the last 2 fucking failed. Of course they did. I only had 1 to succeed. But of course, they both failed. 60% are always 10%. He's a goofy looking dude, absolutely. Absolutely, he is. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, 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 boo. Oh boy. Okay, guys, thank you for coming to the stream. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe and to follow here on Twitch if you like the Chrono Story stuff. We're going to probably be live again later tonight. We're going to be live again later tonight with some Deltarune stuff. I know, I'm sorry, Meeple. I'm sorry. We'll be back later tonight. Meeply. You should leave a follow, Meeply. I don't think you did before. You should leave a follow. We'll be back tonight, though. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Holy shit, follow. We'll be back, not tomorrow. We'll be back later tonight. So, like, probably like 5-6 hours from now. Something like that. We're going to do some Deltarune with Bunny. But anyway, enjoy the raid. I'll be back later today. Hope my wife